All right, in this video, we are going to cover your data tab or some of the data modules that are available in my teams for Minnesota Swim and Vibe. I'll start with the basic one. Team times is basically going to look at your active roster and give you a way to see their times either in the current season or across historical seasons. You can divide it up by all of their times or just their season best. You can do all swims, just relays, individuals, and you can choose on how you sort it. And then down here, filter by athlete or event. So if I care about um, I want to see all my best times for the 500 free for this last season. I can have that. If I want to take it down to season bests, I can do that. If I want to look at a single athlete and look at all their times for the 500 free, I can do that as well. It's just an easy way of looking at your own team's times in a lot of different ways. So you don't have to go into the main database and parse it all out or deal with what Team Manager allows you to do and have a hard time getting to the data you need. One thing I will say is we historically have not captured relay splits. We will start doing that in this upcoming girls season. So you will have the ability to look at relay splits as well. So the 50 back, 50 breast, 50 fly, non-lead off 50 free and non-lead off 100 frees will be in here as well. And that will help you out a little bit more to give you a little finer detail of looking at your team's performance. Best times grid is a replica of what's in Team Manager. But you just basically pick your season and best times as of whatever date. This will default to today's date, and it will give you that your roster and their best times per event across the board, printable, as we try to make everything because some people still love paper. Looks like I need to cut 2 kids so I can fit it on one page, but we'll let that happen. Just a nice replica thing. Team data export is another utility piece. Let's just say you want every swim out of everything anyone's ever sent on your team on Minnesota Swim and Vibe, and you want all their times. You can download that right into an Excel format. See if I can get this to open quickly. It's probably gonna take a little bit. Here we go. Because some people like to do deeper analytics. This will give you everybody, name, grade of the time of swim, what season, event, times, a display, because God knows it's hard working with some of these things as you go up into the over a minute, the date of the meet and the meet that they swam it at, all good things. Again, as we start collecting relay splits, we will build that in there as well and build a toggle for that. Export, for those of you that love Excel or love just pumping it out in like a CSV and running it into your own database, that's cool too. Team history. One thing, everyone gets the school records, and that's going to be based off of the times that we have, which may not be accurate, right? Not everyone's school records have all happened in the last 4 years, as will be the case for what I will show you here. There has to be some manual entry. Totally cool. So here we have the record board. We should have a nice print version of it if we want to print it out. But to manage, it's pretty simple. It's just going to bring up this screen here. You're going to pick the event, either edit it, enter in the data, which is pretty simple. It's just going to be name, score or time, year, meet optional, and you're done. Now, what's nice is what's going to happen is if there are new records that come in, you'll get something like this. It will show that someone swam faster than your current school record, and you could decide whether you want to confirm it, dismiss it, override it with something else, and so on. I'm going to dismiss this. I'm going to dismiss that. These are relay splits that we'll put in. Those won't come in for you, but I wanted to have that as an example to how this will automatically, as times go faster than your current school records for your team at any meet, populate it for you. So you don't have to manage your record board. Before I go any further, I'm going to show you this settings icon here. And this determines what you see and what you don't see. You may care about all this. You may be a records fiend and you want to have it all. You may just care about your pool and school records. That's fine too. You may care about none of it. That's also fine. It's built so you can do whatever you want. I have everything except for awards and honors. I'll throw that on there for now. And I will show you what these look like. Oop, sorry, not that. All right, pool records, hand entered for now. Same way as school records. Just click manage, it'll open it up. You enter in what the time, the names or name, the year, the team, and it's going to populate that for you. I keep closing out of it. Well, we got to quit doing that. Next will be your top times. Now, this will take your top times for what's been sent in over the last 3 years, unless you want more. And if you want more and you have a top 10 time list that goes pre 2024 for boys or pre 2023 for girls, just send that to me. Send it to me in Excel, PDF. Write it down, take a picture on your phone, send me the picture. Or if you really have good data in your team manager historically, just send me a backup of your team manager. I'll pre-populate it. I have tools to take historical data and populate this into legacy results. But as you can see, it's going to go by event and show your all-time top 10, whether it's been in the database or not. And as new swims come in that are faster than an individual, let's say we have Henry Becker next year goes 22.9. When he goes at 22.9, that's going to move him up to here and move everybody down. It's going to replace that systematically for you. You have individual events. I backloaded relay splits because I have that data in Team Manager. I also have relay times. I've loaded that in as well. You can obviously pick the individual event. And you can do top 10, top 25, 50, 100. It'll go as far back as you have data for that you want. That's top times. Captains, if you want to keep a record of your captains like I have, it'll bucket it by decades. So here's 26 through 2020. If I open that up, we'll get to the 2010s. That way, if you have a long history, it's not just going to run vertically all the way down your screen. You can keep track of who your captains were. Hide that. Coaches, same thing. Head coach, assistant coach, diving coach, volunteer coaches, whatever you have, we can easily put that in for you, or you can add them manually. There's just, again, a manage thing. If you want to add somebody, you can. You don't have to add it year by year. If you've coached since 2002, you just put your name, 2002 to present, and it's going to fill in all of that for you to reduce the amount of manual entry. I don't have anything in awards, but let's say you do a team MVP. You can go in, you create a category. We'll give you some options that you can do, but you can obviously create your own. Then you'll just enter the name and the years, and it will populate that for you. So if you have repetitive team awards or annual team awards, you can do that. Team titles, same thing. We will give you some basic ones to work from: conference champ section, state, true team sections, whatever. Or you can make up your own. If there's an invite that you care about or some other meet that you care about, you can create your own category, and that could be in there. You can do champion, runner-up, third place for all of these, and keep a history of your team banners, so to speak. All right, that's the team history. Last one I'm going to hit is program growth and development. This is a set of data that looks at kind of what I call the health of your team. And that's how much are kids improving, as well as what's the composition, retention, attrition, and participation levels of your team. I've always used the two different methods. For boys, I use five swimmers, one diver per grade. For girls, I use six swimmers, one diver per grade. That's what I use. That's healthy to me. Here we can see, if I look down at my composition of my team, I've got 5, 5, 4, 4, 7, 8. So I'm pretty top heavy here. And I'm going to start having some concern around what it's looking like here. Clearly, my pipeline is working. I'm getting new kids in seventh and eighth grade. I'm losing some kids in the ninth through 11th. So I need to dive into why that's happening. And it could be a legitimate reason. These could be kids that absolutely hate the sport. These could be kids that moved out of the district, decided to do something else, whatever. It could be legitimate, but this is at least a flag for me to look at and let me know what's going on. For the growth part, the development part, I look at a couple things. I look at performance and I use a metric is a kid has to swim the same event 3 times in a season to count as a comparable swim, and then the same event 3 times in the next season. So you'll get a lot of 50, 300 frees and some other things as kids get older. But I break it up kind of into 2 different ones. And I look at this metric specifically for ninth, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade and look at my overall improvement based on that metric. I also include our team metric, which is 4.1, our state median, and our class median, and same across the grades. So when I look at this, I can see that my ninth graders are performing higher than the class and state average. My 10th graders are, my 11th graders are not. So this might, again, be an area I need to look at. And my 12th graders did. Now you're like, why aren't there 7th and 8th graders in there? And there's not 7th or 8th graders because I use a different metric for them. I look at event expansion. I look at how many events are they comfortable swimming. So with my new kids, 7th and 8th graders that are new, you can see their event distribution. I've got these two, which are divers. I can live with that. 50 free and probably 6 dives or 6 dives and 11 dives. I'm not sure. Then I've got another one who only did 3 events. Another one only did 3 events. And then I've got 7 events and 7 events. So this is really good for a 7th grader. 7 events is great. These are club swimmers, so I expect something similar to that. But I want to see where are they at, and are they swimming more than just 50 free, 100 free? Because if they are, to me, that's typically what I would consider development. Then I take a look at the returning 8th graders, and are they swimming more in their 8th grade year than they did their 7th grade year? Where I can see Garrett went from 5 to 7, 6 to 6. That I need to look at. Why didn't he expand more? 5th to 6, 4 to 6. To me, that's great growth for these kids. I don't care about their times because they're starting to enter into puberty and they're going to get faster no matter what. I just care that they're swimming and getting used to swimming events where they're not possibly as comfortable or haven't swam before. To me, that's really the development piece in there. Again, the retention stuff. That should cover it for our team data. All these, again, are modules. This is actually its own tab in the classic view. But these are modules that all exist within team history is its own tab too, now that I think about it, in your tools and analytics. We'll also still, in the future, cover diving. We will cover some of the more detailed meat pieces and some of the other functionality.